Hello and welcome back to another OMNIHEROES video. In this video we're going to jump into Lost City because I need some Oracle tokens. So we're just going to go through and build a couple of different teams and see how far we can get. So the lowest chapter I've got is 320. We need phantoms, so I'm going to build a phantoms team. You don't necessarily need 5 phantoms. You only typically will need 3 phantoms, and the best phantoms in the game are right there, Dahlia and Cleo. But a lot of people may not have access to Dahlia at 4 stars, or sorry, 9 stars, and Cleo at 3 stars. So your next best bet would be to go with an Avengers team, so Janna, Narissa, and Althea. If you don't have one of those, say for example Narissa, I know she's relatively new, you can also pop Persephone on there as well. The next best Phantom, in my opinion, would be a Doom's Phantom team. Again, you do typically need Dahlia for that, but you can use Ayushta, Dahlia, and Sylvan. And if worse comes to worst, and you don't have, say, Narissa or Althea, you can just pop Janna in here with Sylvan, and then you can build a separate Avengers or a separate Dooms team here as well. So for me, I am going to try these two. And what we'll do is we'll pop in Ayushta. So we've got our 3 phantoms. Then I'm going to go and pop in Arthur and Ophelia here as well, just to bolster the team up. And let's go ahead and choose our relics. Now, again, relics all depend on your team build, but for me, these are the best relics that I've got with regards to it. So let's go ahead and see if we can get 5 survivors with 60% HP or greater. We should be absolutely fine here. The only real problem I foresee is Elune, actually. Elune will... She does a lot of damage, especially when paired with Atrops. So she can effectively one-shot one of your units if you don't have that protection. So just something to keep in mind there. But it should be absolutely fine, probably, yeah. Because we're getting the Holy Shield from Cleo. Again, if you don't have Cleo, you can always go ahead and use Janna. You can go ahead and use Narissa, Althea. A lot of different units there as well. Now we are... I think we should be absolutely fine as long as we don't keep missing. Then yeah, absolutely fine. So that could have taken Cleo out, especially with a follow-up from Themis and what do you call it, Mastema there as well. Could have potentially done a lot of damage to us, but fortunately able to carry on with this. Now we do get Hindrance applied. Now Hindrance is an ability that's provided by Celestial Runes if you get them up to Unique or up to Supreme level, and that's the little blue symbol in the corner as well. I think we can go ahead and finish this off. Yeah, go ahead and skip, that's absolutely fine. Dahlia to do the most, Arthur to do the next most after that. Typically, you'll see that quite frequently. Now we're going to Verdians here, and we will build a Verdians team. Ooh, so if I jump out of here, let's jump into Verdians. No, so this is the team that I used to beat it with, just on a pass through. But if we jump into Verdians, your 2 best Verdians, well, 3 technically, are right there. So those are the best Verdians that I know of personally. You can also go ahead and build a Doom's Verdian team as well, using these 3. So Doris, Merlin, and Sylvan. Again, I've never really rated Sylvan, but Merlin is absolutely fantastic. You can also use Lee, so you can have these 3. So Lee, Lillian, Leah, and Nawi. This is the team setup that I will run. And I'm just going to pop in Audrey, and I'll pop in Talinas as well. That way we've got 4 Monarchs. Nawi, we've got 2 Royals, 2 Celestials. I've got 1 Lightseeker, in the form of Nawi, I believe, and 5 Glorians as well. So let's go ahead and pop in our relics. Now again, you can use any type of relics for these. Bear with me. We want you and we want you. I'm going to use these just as those are the best relics that I've got, and we do want to do as much damage as possible, so keeping our team alive is the primary way that we deal damage here. Now Verdian's synergy is quite it's quite useful, especially with Lee. So Lee, every time he gets attacked, he will build up his attack and build up his defense as well, I believe, if you have his exclusive runes. If you don't have his exclusive runes, it's just attack that he builds up. But what will happen is we'll trigger that Verdian synergy, and every time we do, if you've got Lily and Leah's exclusive runes, we'll gain that physical and magical defense buff as well. So as you can see, here Verdian synergy has triggered, and we'll proc Lee, and Lee will build up that attack and defense as well. No proc from Nawi, unfortunately. It is what it is. You know, it's yeah, it is what it is. But Lee here should be able to put some work in. Yep, that's decent damage. I'll take that any day of the week. And there we go. So Taloness has stunned. Now the way that Taloness stuns is you need to build up attack buff. So if you've got more than 12 stacks of attack increase on Taloness, she'll stun for 2 rounds. As you can see, she's done here. We have built up that we've built up more than 12 stacks of attack, so we've been able to stun the enemy for 2 rounds rather than just the 1 round. Really, really powerful, and I think Taloness most definitely deserves a skin. For me, anyway, I think that Taloness most definitely deserves a skin. Yeah, she just needs that increase in speed. I would say probably 10 speed would be best for Taloness to get her up to a reasonable level, and then that way you've got enough time to build up attack and or attack stacks so that she can stun early. Because at the moment, the way that her speed is, she will only lose, or she'll only stun for 1 round, which isn't good enough. But if you give her 10 speed, she's going to stun for 1 round at bare minimum, and that is, for me, that's got to be GG for it. She's going to be absolutely fantastic. Once again, she was used in a lot of lineups previously. Now this is Shadow Arcs. So this is the team that I used previously for Shadow Arcs. So let me just build a Shadow Arcs team. Now the team that I used before, where have you gone? 1, 2, and there you go, Ellie. She's got a new skin. This was the team setup that I used. We had 2 strikers, Persephone, and I would typically add Sal in, and I would typically add another Phantom in to link up with Persephone. But the team that I run now more frequently is Halissa, Mavis, Sandra. The reason for that is we've got 3 Monarchs and 3 Shadow Arcs, and you can build around any of these and they should be absolutely fine. But I'm going to add in Mistfires, and I will add in Gaia, and I'm going to add in Lancelot as well. So we do get those buffs. Let's go ahead and pop in our Mistfires relics here. There we go, let's jump in. Again, you don't need to use Gaia, you don't need to use Lancelot. You can effectively use any other units on the Mistfires, on the Avengers, or on the Dooms team. And you can, you should be able to win with relatively, basically with a lot of ease, I would say. And it's because of these 3 Monarchs in the middle that you'll be able to do that. Again, very consistent, and it helps them survive for long enough so that they can do the damage. Now, Sandra here has that minus HP ability. So as you can see, some of the enemy HP has been blocked off, and that is with thanks to the corrode that's being applied. So whenever corrode is applied, Sandra will also apply that minus HP buff as well. So they can't use the majority of their health. It's a bit strange, really. Because even though it looks like we've done a lot and they won't be able to heal back up, it does take a toll, or at least it takes a while to do that. So actually Gaia down, that's a shame, real shame. I think we still need 6 rounds. I don't think this is the I don't think this is the 5 survivors. So I think we can go ahead and skip this. So we did it in 6 rounds, absolutely fine. Halaster to do the most, so it is survivors. So let's go ahead and take Gaia out. We'll take Lancelot out because we do need 5 survivors. Let's put in Dullahan and let's pull in Talos as well. It's not the damage that we need, it's more the survivability. So having 5 Monarchs on the team is going to be so impactful. 3 Monarchs is good because you only lose a maximum of 80% HP, but if you've already lost 20% HP, you're sort of dead in the water. Having 5 Monarchs, I believe that goes down to a max of 30% HP that you can lose, so there's a lot more survivability on these teams than there would be normally. So we'll just see, it's probably going to take a lot longer to kill these enemies, especially with the corrode damage and the damage that we're actually doing, but I suspect we should be absolutely fine. We also have the attack lowering as well from Shadow Arcs, and max HP, as you can see, max HP gets reduced as well every time we apply that corrode stack, so very good. And let's go ahead and skip. So 15, oof, couldn't do it, right, okay. Told you Shadow Arcs was tricky. Let's take these 2 out, and so we kind of need a mix of damage and non-damage. So let's put in Astrid, and let's put in Mulan, and I'm going to put Mulan on the back row. We'll pop Mavis on the front row, and then Halaster is single target damage as well. So let's jump in like this. We've still got our 3 Shadow Arcs, should be absolutely fine. Yeah, so 6 rounds, but we did lose. Who was that? We did lose... Oh. Apparently I won the... Oh. There's another thing about Sandra. She summons seahorses, which counts towards the total. So, something there that you do need to take into consideration. And Enchanters. Okay, so we've recently had quite an update for Enchanters. So let's jump in. And Enchanters have got 2 new units. So you've got Diochan and you have Wuzatan as well. So let's pop you in. And you can also use Eudora as a bit of a cheat code. So if worse comes to worse, we'll use Eudora. But we've got Diochan, Ariana, Wuzatan. Let's pop in Cleo. Although, in fact... I mean, I'm very tempted to build a Doom's Enchanters team. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and try this. I'm going to try Dio-chan as well. So every time she applies the Bewitch effect, we do get that increase as well. So just something to keep in mind there. Pop Stun in, and we'll pop in. In fact, we can go ahead and pop Leviathan in. Like this, and then let's jump in. Let's go ahead and see. If worse comes to worse, we can always build a team with Eudora. I think I need to switch around Athena, and I need to switch around Ophelia as well. So Athena should really be in this slot 1. Halios up here. I do have his runes as well, so just something to keep in mind. Now his runes, they do provide, if a unit does, well, if he does reflect damage to a unit, they have a 25% chance of being stunned. That, for me, that's not good enough. That needs to go up to about 50% to become reliable. Because the way that it works, yeah, so it's just mental what type of damage Ayushta does. Not Ayushta, Athena, sorry. Let's go ahead and see if we can bewitch. No, but she does a flipping lot of damage. That was a flipping lot of damage. So yeah, the reason that these two are stunned as well, I think, is because of Halios doing that reflect damage. And there we go, we get the silence as well. So it needs to be in under 6 rounds. Could do with the not missing, that would be great. Oh no, the stun previously was from the hammer. There is what it is. Was hoping that he would put on quite a show, but turns out no. So yeah, again, Athena She is a powerhouse. Do not sleep on Athena. She's absolutely fantastic, especially with those runes. Right, this was a weird team setup that I was trying previously. So we'll take you out, and now we just need monarchs. Now for me, best monarch in the game currently is Elisha. So we can have a bit of fun with Elisha. Bear with me. So what I'll do, I'm just going to build around Elisha. And again, we can pop you in and we can pop Portia in as well, just to get the ethereal synergy going. And then because we've got our 3 monarchs, we can pop in Wukong, and we'll pop in Eudora as well. The reason I'm popping Wukong in is to get the deviant synergy. So we get that first hit there. Or we get the first stack of Holy Shield for free, effectively. So let's pop you. Let's go with Gord, and let's go with the Demon Blade Whip as well. And we should just be able to power through. Again, if you don't have Elisha, there are plenty of other Monarch teams available. So you can have Mistfire's Monarchs. So you have Dullahan, Astrid, and Talos, as well as Sandra as well, as we previously saw. You can also go for the same Shadow Art Monarch that we saw, but I would probably suggest like I said, the best Monarch in the game for me is Elisha, and it is for this reason. So as you can see, we've got max HP and attack stacks going up. We've got 17 at the moment, so we do get that increase of, look at all that. Yeah, with Eudora, enemies just aren't able to do anything, especially with like Karnak, for example. Karnak does so much work on this team, but enemies here should have no difficulty. Wukong may even, finish off Minotaur, then he finishes off Sal, finishes off Elune, finishes off Dorabella, and finishes off Persephone as well. So that's 5 kills for Wukong because of his passive. Do not sleep on Wukong. And every time he procs that trigger, by the way, the unit that he switches with, he will copy their buffs. So very, very powerful stuff. So that's it from me. I'm going to finish it up here. Go ahead, claim my Oracle token. And then, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.